Centaura doesn't look scary at first. There are no monsters, no ghosts, no loud jump scares. But the moment you spawn in, something feels wrong. You're not introduced as a hero. You're not told a story. You're just there, on a beach, in a trench, behind a wall that might not protect you. And that's the first truth. Centaura doesn't prepare you. In most games, fear comes from what you see. In Centaura, fear comes from what you don't see. You don't know where the enemy is. You don't know when the next shot will come. You don't even know if the ground you're standing on is safe. Gunfire starts before you understand what's happening. Explosions hit without warning. Teammates fall before you even learn their names. And nobody stops to explain anything, because war doesn't explain itself. What makes Centaura terrifying is that it doesn't care about you. You can die doing everything right. You can survive doing everything wrong. There's no fairness, no balance, no second chances. 1 second you're moving forward with your squad, the next second you're gone. No dramatic moment, no music, no slow motion, just silence. And the battle keeps going without you. That's when it hits you. You are replaceable. In Centaura, you are not the main character, you are just another soldier. When you die, the war doesn't pause, it doesn't mourn you. Someone else spawns in your place. And that realization is horrifying. The scariest moments in Centaura aren't the firefights, they're the waiting. The long walk toward the front line, the quiet before an attack. Standing still, wondering if moving is the wrong choice. Your mind starts filling the silence with fear. You listen for footsteps. You flinch at distant gunfire. You hesitate because hesitation feels safer than action, but it isn't. Killing in Centaura doesn't feel powerful. It feels fast. It feels sudden. It feels wrong. You aim, you fire, someone drops, and for a split second, you realize how easy it was. No cinematic finish, no celebration, just the uncomfortable knowledge that you ended something without even knowing who they were. Centaura doesn't glorify war. It doesn't make you feel proud. It makes you feel tired, anxious, on edge. Even when your team wins, it doesn't feel like victory. It feels like survival. And survival isn't exciting. It's quiet relief mixed with exhaustion. The most disturbing part is how real it feels. Not visually, not graphically, emotionally. The confusion, the fear, the lack of control. Centaura shows you what war feels like when there are no heroes, when there are no clear choices, when obedience matters more than bravery. This is why Centaura is scary, not because it wants to scare you, but because it shows something most games avoid. That war is not epic, it is not glorious, it is not fun, it is chaos, it is fear, it is being one mistake away from disappearing. Centaura doesn't tell a horror story, it lets you live inside one. And that's why it might be the most realistic and most terrifying war game ever made on Roblox. There's something else Centaura does, something you don't notice right away. It slowly changes how you play. You stop rushing, you stop acting brave, you start hesitating. Not because you're weak, but because you've learned what happens when you move too fast. Every step feels like a risk. Every open space feels dangerous. And even when nothing happens, your body stays tense. That constant tension never leaves. You start following orders without questioning them, not because they're smart, but because not following them feels worse. Standing still feels wrong, but moving forward feels terrifying. So you do what everyone else does. You obey. At some point, you stop thinking about winning. You stop thinking about kills. All you think about is not being next, not being the one who falls suddenly, not being the one who disappears without anyone noticing. That fear becomes normal, and that's unsettling. Centaura doesn't need blood or gore to disturb you. It uses something much stronger: helplessness. The feeling that no matter how good you get, no matter how careful you are never fully in control. And when the match finally ends, there's no relief music, no dramatic screen, just silence. You leave the server feeling strange, quiet, heavy, like something followed you out of the game. That's the final horrifying truth about Centaura. It doesn't end when the round ends.